Good YouTube, it's your boy Savvy 100. Thank you guys for tapping back in. It's fucking Monday. It's the beginning of a work week. I don't want to hear no excuses. Try not to be too negative about it. Get the bag, you know what I'm saying? Focus on the money that you can be making, and maybe it won't suck so bad. This drink that I usually get got discontinued, so I had to find a brand new one, which don't taste like complete shit, but it ain't the drink I usually get, so you know what I'm saying? I could complain, technically speaking. I could say some shit that, you know what I'm saying, well, it is what it is. Okay, I want to talk about experiences for me, right? Going to the pen, right? What exactly I felt. But before I can get into what I felt going to the pen, I do want to say, let's backtrack and talk about the kind of motherfucker I was before I even got locked up, right? I got locked up when I was 17 on this bullshit. I was a pretty boy for the most part, man. I was a pretty boy who was always down to fight. I was always down for some nonsense, which is why I ended up getting locked up, because there was always this piece of me that I could not completely cut ties with, that I should have, because I had no business being a part of none of this bullshit when all I was really doing was, you know, fucking with beautiful women. That was my forte. That's what I loved doing, right? I loved the female presence. I never really been one to sit there and waste time and loiter around with the homies. That shit was kind of low-key gay to me. I didn't even give a fuck about none of that. And no offense to the gay community, man. Much love to you guys. But, man, at the end of the day, I was always trying to kick it with chicks, man. That was just my MO. Hey, they even coined the name Playboy for me at a certain point, because that's all I was about. So now hold on, though. But now let's just go ahead and skip away from that for 1 second. Get back into the main purpose of this video. So when I get locked up, it wasn't even real, right? I didn't really know the court system like that. I had been through juvenile hall since, 12 years old, right? Really young, going in and out. You know what I'm saying? I was always arrested for something, man. It could be anything from taking a gun to school. It could be anything from, just being a little asshole at the house or whatever, you know what I'm saying? Get the cops called on me just to teach me a lesson type shit. And obviously, as you guys can see, the lesson it never stuck, right? I even went to like placements and foster homes and all the works, right? I didn't go to youth authority, skipped that. But, and thankfully, man, because I probably would have been more caught up in an institutionalized frame of mind, because a lot of dudes who go through there, man, they have that frame of mind. They can't really shake it. It's just too embedded, right? Because from youth authority, juvenile hall is one kind of demon, but you go to youth authority, and that's where a lot of the prison type, jail type ways and moves and mañas, we call them, they stick. You know what I'm saying? They stick and they prepare you and they get you ready, because it's almost a guaranteed promise that you are going to the promised land, which is the pen. So, you know, I hit juvie, you know, I turned 18. They ended up sending me to county jail, man. And every step of the way, I'm telling myself, I can't do this, man. There's got to be a loophole I'm gonna find. There's got to be some kind of way out of this, some kind of ejectocito, cuz, you know what I'm saying? Hit the button, I'm gone. You know, hoping for a break in the case or something. It was kind of deadpan, man. I had both my co-defendants telling on me, pointing me out, you know what I'm saying? I had fingerprints that they recovered off of me, off of one of the windows from me. Oh no, you know what? And on top of that, I had it on pieces of the evidence that they recovered from my co-defendant's house. You know, it could have been anything from like jewelry to gold. Shit had my fingerprints on it. So I was basically through and through, from beginning to end, pretty much screwed on a lot of charges. But the ones where I was really trying to beat were like the gang enhancements, the street terrorisms, because that all backpacked with home invasion, right? In which I did end up beating twice. Once in prelims, and then again in Superior. And that was a whole nother demon. That was a whole nother battle. So the whole time I hit the county, right? I make it through the county. It's very traumatizing, right? Very traumatizing for someone on his 18th birthday, doesn't really know what to expect, man. Going into a crazy ass dorm, everybody screaming at you, asking you what you are. I don't even know that it's like that anymore in jail, man. Last time I was in jail, I was hearing what it was like, you know, being there. You know what I'm saying? How things have changed, and it's pretty drastic, man. Things were, when I was in there, things were just a little more serious, right? Things were just a little more tense. Everybody had a problem. Everyone had an issue. Nobody was playing, right? Nobody took shit lightly, you know what I'm saying? Especially not race relations and shit like that. So, you know, a motherfucker walking into all this shit thinking, damn, okay, cool. Got this under control, taking care of this, but I damn sure can't go to prison, though. And not for the amount of time that they're trying to tell me I'm about to go to prison. It's not happening. Nah. I'll probably just roll over and die right there as soon as they sentence me, bro. Bam. I hit prison, right? And get sentenced. And when I get sentenced, at this point, reality had already been sunk into my head, man. I was already completely accepting of where I was going, knowing that I was going. And I don't know at what point did it become okay with me, right? I didn't know at which point. Maybe when I knew that I just wasn't going to get any lower time. I didn't have the funds to afford another lawyer. I had to let go of the lawyer whom which I just purchased because he was too expensive at trial. He did a bang-up job before trial. Couldn't afford him after trial, but I didn't tell him that. So I took him as far as I could take him, and then I said, "Pooh, doses later, buddy." And you know what I'm saying, that's how we separated and shit. And I was left to fend basically for myself, because the new public defender I had been given was all buddied up with the district attorney, who was a little haughty, man. She was cute, so I knew she was gonna get her way with my public defender, and he was all over her nuts. So I was like, great, you know what I'm saying? But long story short, right? On my way to prison now. I go from can't do this, absolutely no possibility. 10 years in the pen, slap yourself. You got me mixed up. we're not even talking about the same Steven right now. I don't know who you talking about. Now I'm on a bus headed to Tehachapi State Prison. Back then, it was reception. At least the yard that I was on was a reception yard. Now it's not. Now I think it's the level 3 over there. But before, it was just a reception. And I was stuck there for a few months, you know what I'm saying, sitting there thinking. But it wasn't too bad when I got there. And you see, that's the thing, man. For anybody going to prison, you're going to automatically, unless you're like just totally tied into gangs, you're totally tied into the culture, your big homies have schooled you, you know what to expect. And if you were like me and you spent enough time in a county jail, you just stopped caring. And I think that's probably why I even became accepting of it, because I really stopped giving a fuck. I was tired of being in the county jail. I was tired of dealing with deputies. And then there was big homies in there always telling me like, bro, you're going to love it when you hit the pen. It's 10 times better than this. The way these deputies get at you, COs don't get at you like that, bro. Deputies were getting at us foul in the county, because anyone who knows who's been in the county, a deputy, a sheriff, they not a CO. And they will fuck you up. And that's exactly what they did every time you stepped out of pocket. They didn't care. They didn't care what race you was. They didn't care how big your little political army was. Nah. They'll victimize anybody, man. Motherfuckers was getting tossed up in front of their whole crew, their whole car. No one did shit. No one ever jumped in. You know what I'm saying? Unless it's like a brutal beatdown, maybe some people jump in. But for the most part, nah, you're going to take that ass whooping alone, solo bolo. So stay on your P's and Q's and mind somebody. Now they got cameras, and they got cameras in the units, which is a good thing. It's bad for when you're getting into it with somebody, and let's say you fuck somebody up real good, you break their jaw or some shit. It's bad for that, because these cameras are very detailed. They can almost damn near zoom into your damn cell. They got them like, boop, right where they can see you. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if every county jail is like that, but a lot of them have installed cameras. So there's a lot of pros, a lot of cons. It's how you want to act. It's how you want to carry yourself. You know what I'm saying? Just don't take them for granted, because there's motherfuckers even when I was in there and there was no cameras, there's people from back in the day that's like, man, you got it good. So now it's like me telling the new guys that's going in like, nah, you got it good now, because it ain't as bad as it used to be. So it's like a repetitive cycle, and eventually we'll get to the pinnacle and the prime of just having it great in prison, where everybody answers up to accountability, from guards to inmates to wardens to nurses to everybody. But I'm not going to lie with you guys, man. I was completely shook, but I was on a journey. I was on a mission, right? And this is my best advice that I could give to anybody doing time or headed that way, or they might be doing time, or they're looking at going to court, whatever the case may be. Instantly, your mind, your body, your soul, everything, your spirit, everything about you as a person, whatever makes you you, is now your weapon, right? Now, when I say weapon, I don't mean a weapon to just go off and start attacking people and start debating people but let me put it to you like this. Everybody runs their own campaign in prison. Everybody, right? I'm my campaign. He's his campaign. Well, what the fuck you mean everybody's a campaign, Savvy? I don't understand you, bro. What are you even saying? Okay, cool. Let me clarify. In prison, you get everything you get coming to you, and especially the shit that you request and the shit you feel you need upon your request, right? That goes for reputation. That goes for respect. That goes for space. That goes for everything that you're going to want. People are going to have to see your campaign everywhere you go. And it's not always a physical campaign, but it can and will be that at some point. You can expect that when you go to the pen, you will have to get your hands dirty at some point. Who cares what anyone's got to say? Who cares what they think about you? Or, oh, he can fight or he can't fight. Listen, take flight. Do what you got to do. You know what I'm saying? That's it. That is the whole battle. That's everything. There's no, 80% this, 20% heart, 80% hands, 80% heart, 20%. Nah, man, listen. Get off. Anytime you feel played, you get paid. That's the physical part out the way. Don't make it any more complicated than that, please. Don't listen to nobody else. Just don't make it any more complicated than that. Boom. You don't need to do what I did. You don't need to do what a lot of other people do and lay down demos for every single yard. Although I did think that was a great approach, and that's why I did it. But then again, I was always on level 4s. I was always on 180s. And a lot of people up there are sharks, man. They're sharks. They're sharks in the dope game. They're sharks with Canteen. They'll be sharks with anything, man. So that's why I felt the need to carry myself that way. You probably don't have to do that, man. Stay to yourself, work out, get your money. But a time will come when you're going to have to put up or shut up. You know what I'm saying? Be that bitch or be that boss. You know what I mean? That's going to be on you. Now, let's get away from that. Other parts of the campaign, to me, the most crucial parts of your self-campaign when you go to prison, right? Your mind. Don't be a dummy. Don't be stupid. Don't be somebody who don't know nothing, man, because then next thing you know, you got everybody and their mamas schooling you. And a lot of guys is going to school you the wrong way because they never went to school. They're giving you refiltered, recycled game, right? To the best of their knowledge and their ability. You know, a lot of the biggest blessings that I had in there was having a lot of older cellies, right? Who have been down for such long time. Such long time. You know what I'm saying? Like, I almost sounded like Chung Lee. Such long time. You know what I'm saying? But that was the biggest blessing for me because I took the time to learn. But I was such a prideful person that I remember, like, even as I would learn, I would act like I knew. And I'm not saying that's a good thing or a bad thing. I'm just keeping it real with you guys. I'm just being honest with you guys. This is my son's Binky. I would just act like I knew, even though they knew I didn't know. And if it was real good game, of course. If it was from somebody I really, truly respected, then yes, of course. Study. Start to build up your campaign, man. Read books. You know what I'm saying? Learn the lingo. Prison has its own lingo, man. Learn the fucking lingo. Master the fucking lingo. Come with respect. Understand that to get something in prison, there's a certain way to talk, ask, request, demand, a certain time to talk, ask, request, demand. And if you are slacking or slow or lagging on those right times with the appropriate responses, you will be chewed up and spit out immediately. If you're requesting in a situation in which you should be demanding, you have a problem on your hands. You will, if you like me, I used to find myself in positions quite often. I was in a melee in the damn day room behind a phone call. Behind a fucking phone call. You know what I'm saying? Because, and you know what? I handled it wrong. I'm going to be the first one to tell you. I handled it wrong, man. It wasn't my phone time. I was really trying to get on that phone. I was really trying to talk to my ex. I was really trying to, I don't even know what I was really trying to do. He came by and in a situation in which he should have demanded, and this dude wasn't no punk. Showdown from Rolling 20s. Anybody who ever heard of him? He ain't no punk. Me and him lit up that one-on-one fade behind this, and then everything just kicked off. In a situation where he should have demanded, because it was his phone time. Clock was ticking down. Darren was getting ready to close, man. He requested. I took advantage of that. Suffered the consequences. The consequences was a melee taking place, me going back to the hole, catching another shoot turn because they consider a melee a riot, and that had to be my like second or third one at the time. At the time, my ex thought that kind of behavior was cool, so yeah, I guess who gives a fuck, right? No, well, he lost because he didn't address it. Now, listen, I was the kind of motherfucker, though, if you came to me demanding this, this, or that. But to be honest, if he would have came at me and been like, hey, man, this is my phone time. You know what I mean? You're on my phone time, bro, with all due respect. You know what? Oh, shit. Okay, my bad. But when I saw that he was like, boop, I was like, man, I'm gonna get it in real quick. You know what I'm saying? And then I started, the reason why I started having a real bad disposition towards him is because me and her was arguing, we fighting. And then so when he came back, I was like, man, you know what, toss it. I'm going to the hole anyways, toss it. I'm gonna show her, I'm gonna prove it to her. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna let her know she pissed me off. So, you know, let's get back to the campaign. Fuck all that. Support systems. People think, yeah, you could ride solo, bolo. You know what I'm saying? You could ride solo, bolo. Well, it just depends where you're at, who you're with, what side of the fence you're on, all that good shit. But even in any side of the fence, right? This is in life in general. If you got no support system, right? And when I say support system, I mean people knowing who you are, people liking you, people having a couple crazy stories to share about you guys when you was back at this pen or in this pen and y'all was cellies getting drunk and somebody tried to get crazy and you both packed them out. You got no support system. How strong could your campaign possibly be? Now, there's always this one campaign that can be ran, though, going to prison, which I wish I would have done. The Busy Bee campaign, right? The Busy Bee campaign goes to school, goes to work, enrolls in every single program that he can find to keep himself busy. But even then, you will find yourself in a position to where you will have to exercise your campaign once again. And most likely it'll be a physical one. Because when you're a busy person in the pen, you don't have time for mental engagements. You don't have time for verbal engagements. And the only people you are fucking with are people who are on the same shit as you. And they're level-headed, cool motherfuckers that are not tripping. So 9 times out of 10, if you're even having to exercise any type of campaign, it's only because a motherfucker didn't had to bring some physicality out of you. And trust me, I could think of fucking 5 scenarios right fucking now where some shit didn't have to happen. With a good homie who was going to school, going to class, going to fucking college, because they got so many programs in there, you can do it all. Try to remember this. I'm talking to y'all from the perspective of a guy who can honestly tell you, yeah, man, hey, I was shook when I went to the pen. I didn't want to go. I'm not a motherfucker sitting here telling you I wanted to go to the pen. Nobody wants to go to the pen. Nobody wants to be on a level fucking 4 on a fucking 180. I was never in no fucking dorm in the pen, right? Only dorm I ever hit was in the county jail in 8 module back when it was gang module in that prison in West Valley. Other than that, a motherfucker never hit the dorm. Let's get that going. Straight level 4, straight 180, straight shoe. There was never a day where, the routine comes routine, man. The routine becomes routine. You can do it, right? You get used to the program. This is cool. Matter of fact, I don't even want to drop my points. Not that I could. I had over 150, over 180 possibly. I could never drop my points enough to go back level 3. Probably could have never even got back to a 270. The truth of the matter is this. If I could do it, all y'all could do it. If y'all are facing time or you know somebody facing time, it's okay to be shook. And when I say shook, I don't mean, oh my God. I mean realistically shook, right? Like, I'm here doing my time. It is what it is. I don't feel good about this. I don't like it. You know what I'm saying? Is anyone going to be able to tell from my outward appearance that I'm shook? Absolutely not. Are they going to be able to see my heart, my anxiety, my fucking sweat dripping down my motherfucking armpits and butt crack? Absolutely not. They're going to see a whole nother piece of you, a relaxed, calm side of you. And after a week of any type of transition, you'll get comfortable. You'll start having fun, joking around, and it'll just all go out. But it's okay. Focus up. Understand, if you go in there and you have no plan, you have no campaign, you have no discipline, you have no focus, and you are not growing yourself or bettering your strength in any way, do not expect to have the same campaign and have your campaign be as respected as the person who does do those things, right? Just look up to that person. Because he's better than you. He's stronger than you. He's smarter than you. He's faster than you, and he'll hurt you, right? He'll hurt you up here. He'll hurt you here. He'll hurt you right here. I went in when I was 150 pounds. Over 200 now. I stretched my stomach on purpose. I would eat until it hurt, like a pregnant woman. I'd be walking around like a pregnant woman. My belly would be so fat. 3 months I gained 30 pounds. That's how much I ate. I worked out vigorously because I knew when I hit somebody, I wanted them to drop. I didn't want to get entangled in a big, long fight. You know what I'm saying? Fuck all that. You know, who knows if he's trying to stab you? Who knows if he's got homies? So I worked out vigorously. I wanted that image as well. I wanted everyone to say that's all the homie does is work out. I read, I studied, I tattooed. I acquired talents that also made me beneficial to people, because when people want you around, they don't want you gone, right? I come to y'all humbly. This video is just an educational video, and it's for those who are going, man. I was talking to somebody who's active, and he's getting ready to go to the pen, man. Or he could possibly be going to the pen. And regardless of what side of the fence he's on, I want to see him win. Regardless, he ain't dumb. You know what I'm saying? He got family who's already in there, and you know what I'm saying? I still want to see him win. You know what I'm saying? I'm not a hater. I'm not a hater like this fucking pimple right here between my eyebrows is. You know what I'm saying? Hope y'all enjoyed the video. Much love, much respect. It's just me coming to y'all, letting y'all know. 10 years, level 4, California prisons, more than you probably could even think of. Shoe programs, riots, battery stabbings, anything you can think of, been a part of it. You know what I'm saying? To the very top. Shit I can't even speak of. You know what I'm saying? There was always a healthy level of fear all the way there. To the very last day I paroled. And I remember being scared shitless when I paroled. But that could be another video for another day, man. Good luck to anybody that might be going to the pen. And if you got family going to the pen, refer them to this video, man. Refer this video to them and let them know, man, it ain't about where this guy's from, what side of the fence he's on. It's just a fucking one-way, neutral message that applies to both sides. That's all it is, man. Be real with yourself. Remember that no matter what, you always have options. Maybe we can discuss that another time. But I'm gone, man. I hope y'all like this. I'm out.